So yeah. Yep, 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 yep. 25 to, oh, that's good. That should be good. Should have done cash per wave. Should have done cash per wave. Should have done cash per wave. See, I took a break because we slept, but now that I don't remember how to do it. So Gina said, hey, you sure? Which I already said. So there you go. The kid says, you're not gonna do shit to Jake because my father is pretty important, right? And Jake's like, yeah. And there's a weird scene between Charles and Rosa where she's kind of flirtatious, but not really. We got Jake. This is a really cool thing. This is a really cool thing because Jake comes in and Jake, in the beginning of the episode, the captain told them like, yo, because you didn't put enough info in a document or a report, we have to redo it. So Jake does a really, really good job. It's possibly the best report in life. However, it comes at a price. What price? Super simple. Jake might be doing this because he's afraid and he wants Holt to. So because the guy he's the highest ranking officer, it's not precise. I don't think they're told how if the guy is a higher ranking officer than Holt or not. So because Holt is higher ranking, there'll be less consequences, which is kind of good. Yeah. And Holt said, you know, when I told you to do your job completely, this is what I meant. So the medium tells Charles I can't leave the chair, which means I'm gonna get hurt, which is kind of stupid because he believes her. Now, there's a really cool scene, really cool scene of Jake. Jake's sometime in the show, in the beginning, felt like he thought he was a shit. Like, yo, I'm the best fucking cops in here, which is true, but it's kind of shitty because those are two. They're still people. They're still people, and you don't treat them the best way. Cash per wave, level 5. Hell yeah, hell yeah. But then he asked them, should I report the guy? And the whole precinct's like, yeah, you should do it. You should do it. So then he said his career is over. He meets the ranking officer and said, hey, listen, I'm so sorry, but I said your son, but here's my report. Put it over, please check it out. The guy doesn't care, and he puts in the garbage, which means like he doesn't give a shit. Which means he's a bad cop, he's a bad person. Rose is asking Charles, why are you acting so weird? They're all talking to the media, and Rosa's like, she's not a medium, she just shows herself, like, wake up. And she punched him and said, hey, you got hurt in the chair. So kind of funny. Jake asked the help of Holt. He said, listen, I'm gonna take him down. And Holt said, if they need backup, I'm there. So it's a really cool scene. And there's also a cool scene that the guy's like, he tells Holt, are you sure you want to make an enemy? He's like, I'm an openly gay Black Ops. I have enough enemies in the whole guard as it is. I don't care if I have one more or one less. Which is pretty cool. We got a scene of Charles making fun of, not making fun, but telling Gina, like, yo, I don't believe in your psychic, blah, 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 blah. We have Jake who's waking up to be he's waking up to be on the meeting on time. He doesn't have his uniform. Dude, episode number 3. We'll have to stop after that because I'm not gonna have enough batteries. But we did. You know what's gonna be perfect because I'll come back and I'll make more videos about Brooklyn Nine-Nine, and I have a video to do about Loaded Ring, but it's not gonna be that long. Okay. Row. Saham. Row. Super funny thing where Charles. I think one of the problem of Charles is he's not that aware of himself. And it's kind of endearing, but a bit weird. So for example, he's wearing a sweater. And they tell him that he's looking like like a killer, right? And it's a funny thing where he says that, oh, this is Jeffrey Dahmer. Again and again. Jeffrey Dahmer, give me a sec. I don't remember that scene. I don't remember. I'm not the greatest recapper. And I watched all of this yesterday, by the way, so joke's on me. But I was pretty tired, so. Here's my excuse. You got Sully. Once again, put that he's a bad cop because they should be telling me, hey, you should digitalize those old files. And says, yeah, but they're really long to digitalize, so you have to give me more time. And Captain Old's like, what do you mean more time? So it's not the most interesting thing ever, but somewhat interesting. Okay, this is that. Oh, y'all. This is super nice. This, I don't remember. I always forget. This is Sully, right? Sully shares a lot about his medical problems. So he's been sitting all day. He had anal canning, which I don't know what it is. And then we show scene, which is super fucking nice. Look at this. This is my favorite scene. So he put his foot he put his foot on the table and said, hey. And then Jake is like, oh, you're wearing your socks. Like, no, it's all cavity. So it's kind of nice. It's kind of nice because it's not the most important thing. However, it adds to the whole 9-9 mentality. It has to the whole team spirit. Like, it's a funny show. I laugh a lot. And the funny thing is, this is made by Ramlon, and the next one I'm going to be watching, which is The Good Place, is also made by the Ramlon. So it looks good. Jake is in a slump where he has case, but he doesn't solve any of them. So this is kind of important because it sucks because Jake isn't the only character in the show. There we go, I said it. But it's kind of important because it does show that even the best cops of the show has a problem. But it's another opportunity for Jake and Ulta to be getting along, which we love. We got Amy with Kiss-Ass, but at the same time, it's kind of cool because Amy will also be under the wing of Ult, which is super nice. See, this is the thing. Ult will see Amy as a younger version of him, but he will see Jake as a guy with immense potential. So in both cases, they have a different reason for being under his wing. However, it does make sense here, which is super nice. We have Jake was trying to solve a case. I think he solved it, but he didn't solve it. This person is insane. Now this is a really cool scene because the case that he has to do is about a missing grandma. However, it's fake because the grandma isn't missing. The grandma doesn't exist. They're just trying to do fraud, insurance fraud. So this is why he couldn't fix it, because he was looking for something that didn't exist. Now he's like, this is super cool. I have to mention this part. So Jake was again asking everybody, hey, I'm in a slump, what'd you do? And Rosa says, fly to Montreal and bone a stranger. Was that cool? Well, hello, Montreal mention. I'm from Montreal. You know? I'm the stranger, Rosa. I'm the stranger. This is so cool. Ult asked Amy to take, he sees a lot of potential in AIM, so he takes away the youth program. And this is a cool scene because she has to take youth and she has to make them interested in becoming cops. Why is that an interesting scene? Because Gina is offering her help. And then Amy's like, well, I'm going to take Rosa help, but you're not a cop, so you don't know. So basically what happened is they kind of make fun of her, which is fun because Gina doesn't deserve that, she's the queen. Gina goes in and she makes fun of him. Now, there's a couple of things here that is super cool. This show is kind of old. You see, what's his name? Dave, I forgot your name, bro. I'm sorry. Pete Davidson. So that's funny. And then there's a racist thing where she says like, she's talking about the drug dealer. And then Gina said, what, if the drug dealer is black? He said, no, not because he's black, he has to be a drug dealer. Then Gina says, oh, because he's black, he's gonna be a drug dealer. It's kind of funny because Gina makes fun of, ruins the whole thing, which kind of sucks because that was kind of mean. But again, it's vengeance, so I get it. And the whole thing is singing, black people can sell drugs, which is super funny because Ult comes in and he sees Amy and he's like, dude, what are you doing, dude? This is catastrophic, you know? Well, this is cool. And this is also to show that Amy might be a great cop, but she doesn't have social skills. My favorite scene from the episode, we got Terry building a dollhouse for his daughter. Again, dude is super strong, so it doesn't really work. This is the funniest joke of it. He said, "Hey, I used to have this doll when I was a young kid." It doesn't say that he was playing with it, so we have a flashback of Boyles when he was younger playing with it, and his sister's pushing. He's like, "Hey, mom," his sister's fucking hot that way. Kind of like a Sheldon situation. The big Terry. He's like, "Mom, Charles doesn't want to let me play with the dollhouse," and Charles like, "She gets to Grandma said it was for the both of us." That made me really laugh because you make fun of Charles because he's such an endearing little guy. So Jake has another way, and his other way is that he's gonna solve a super easy case. Get back on the groove, which is a good idea. Gina comes in and she helps. So what she does is she starts dancing, and she isn't the best dancer. She isn't the best dancer at all. So kind of awkward. But then I said, "You want to carry a gun? You want to have free parking? Never do a red light." And she was a youth in trouble. Gina was a youth in trouble. This is why the program meant a lot to her, and this is how it works. So this was really cool. I mean, Gina, we don't get her motivation as to why she wants to do the program so much, but because this was the program that she partake in, then you have a reason. It's an emotional reason. Sully, which used to be the worst cop on the force, is now one of the best cops, and Jake is going bad. And they're talking about bad luck, then he's peeing, and then there's water on him. So this is all to portray that Jake has the bad luck. But at the same time, it sucks because, how can I put this? You're kind of insinuating that Jake's whole skills, his whole cop, is how good he was all based on luck. So that I don't. It's kind of a weird choice, but hey. Old talk about how his friend used to be like that, and talk about how he was like in a slum for decades. So then Jake is of course worried, which he should freaking be. I just said freaking, okay? No swearings. No swearings. Ooh, the batteries. Yes, so Gina goes in, which is super cool. All makes Jake believe that a bunny paw, a bunny leg, a bunny foot is lucky, which is super funny. Super funny because again, that's until you had, you have a medium helping on the case, now you have the luck. Charles helps Terry, which is kind of cool. Jake figured out that the drama doesn't exist, which is big. It's actually a big scene. A super big scene. Yeah, the dancing is just weird. I get that Gina's an icon, but the dancing is weird, dude. So now, they realize that 5 times they're trying to fuck over the government. So this is kind of cool. And Jake is out of the slump. He's back in there. He gets selfie with Ulf, which is super awkward for shit we love. Because Gina did so good, she got a promotion, which means that she's gonna be working more, which she doesn't want to. So again, something that's ironic, funny. What's next? This selfie with Alt is funny. I did like the selfie with Alt. Wait a second.
I believe the term is message. Oh.
Yeah, Alt was fucking with Jake because Jake believes in a bad position. So the whole bunny foot, was just to make fun of fucking with him, which I think is funny. Charles else with Terry's, and it's a good moment because Terry needed. See, it's a good moment because Charles needed Terry needed a human help. Like, oh my god, a human help. It's a human moments between two people. Terry needed help. Charles was there, and they help each other, and that's why they're a friend. And because they're a friend, they help each other, which is kind of nice. Anyway, I have to go. My battery is low, but we did episode 1 to 3. That's pretty good. It's 23 minutes. No. It took us, oh my god, it took us 40 minutes for chips and shit. So now I have to go, I have to go in minutes. Do do. Do do do. Do do do. Do 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 do. Do do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. Yeah. 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 It's not like you didn't know that. I still love you and I swear I still do. And it must have been so bad. Okay. Don't blink, buying. It's gonna be the weirdest possible because we've got a tower talk to do, and we've been doing a lot of tower talk lately. My next video is tower talk too. I was scrolling through Reddit for a very personal reason. One hand busy, if you know what I mean. Very late at night, you know what I mean. Which you probably do, you pig. So we had a news from the tower, which is another update, 27.0.5. So without further ado, this is official. This is from Fudsword, which is Fuds, the creator of the tower game. So without further ado, let's read this mask. This mask, catch the wave, level 5. Okay, cool. Hi, Tower Defender. I'm just going to be reading. I'm going to give my opinion after that, but this is a simple video. Since there's a lot of question around where the focus is right now on fixing some of the most, I was supposed to do it yesterday. I was supposed to do it yesterday, I forgot. It's one of the important, most impactful bugs. Here's what is currently planned for release to Friday's event, which is today. I want to preface free face on French. This with the fact that they were still actively testing these fixes. The worst case scenario is missing that date we intend to for release. Maybe a fix not going through. Most of these bugs took a bit to track down. Fixer fixes. I apologize for not speaking up from earlier. I'm not disputing information that may have been incorrect. The reason why we're doing this video right now is because I realized that a lot of, how can I put this? A lot of the video that I've done talking about the tower is personal. It's not about the game itself. And I want to talk about more about the game because it's a great game. And a great game should be treated as a great game, you're right. Bug fix for tanks not affecting by black hole monsters.